Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over several LC 500s, and so with that being said, let's just get right into it. So let's go over this crazy LC 500 prototype car slash just auto show build, basically. You guys can see there at the center of the hood, again, looks pretty crazy. Now for the lights and everything, that's all the same. They didn't really change anything from that perspective, so looks just as good as normal. You guys can see really aggressive front splitters been added to the LC 500, which definitely kind of makes the car look a little bit sharper, and you can see just how wide this car is because of the fender flares that they've added to it. You can see those here on the side. Definitely looks good and gives it kind of like a lower type stance. And you guys can see the wheels they've added, which kind of more of those like tuner car wheels, right? Got the Brembo brakes as well, which will obviously add a little bit of performance. Mirrors are unchanged. Those are still the same two-tone design you normally get. And then you guys can see, again, aggressive side skirts also been added to this LC 500. And then you got the regular venting there on the side. And then again, really wide fender flare there in the rear. And you guys can see just like the tuck with the wheel is pretty tight. So I think, again, I think it looks good overall. And then you can see the diffuser here in the back. Again, very aggressive. And I think, you know, overall, like, it actually looks good. It's kind of a little bit away from what the LC 500 is about because it's like a luxury car, but I don't know, I still think it's cool. And you guys can see the spoiler there in the back, and then this is the coolest part. Got like the double bubble design there on the rear of the LC 500, and I think that it just, I don't know, it has that cool like 911 Speedster type appearance because they've added that on, and then you guys can see the carbon fiber elements on it. And then just normal LC 500 interior on this car. They didn't change the seats or anything like that, so they're still just as nice as normal. Still have the nice like leather dash, all that fun stuff. It's all exterior aesthetic changes. And now you guys can see like the whole car. I think it looks cool, like all together. Like when you look at some of the elements up close, it's like, not so sure. But when you see the whole car, it looks really cool, especially from the side angle. Looks really good if you ask me. And you guys can see this is like the Toyo Tires edition, basically. So freeze your frame if you want to read everything that they did to the car to kind of change everything. And also you guys can see with the exhaust, they've modified that. But I decided to show you guys a couple of stock LC 500s so you guys can see the actual difference with the car. So this one's a convertible. You can see the signature headlights here, and then the venting down below, and then obviously the Lexus check mark for the LED light there in the front. Got the regular LC 500 grille, which I've always been a fan of. I think this is like one of the best iterations of Lexus's grills on a car. And this red paint also looks really good on the LC 500. It's kind of like the signature paint color for the car. Got the standard wheels, which pretty cool because you've got the dark element there on the center portion, and then you got like the silver that kind of pops out, and so it looks really interesting. Two-tone mirrors, which is kind of like an LC 500 thing. And then you guys can see the black trim there on the side. And then notice the venting. And just notice how like smaller the car looks without the massive fender flares. And all the, the aggressive bodywork around the car kind of just makes it obviously look cleaner, but smaller. And then you can see what the regular convertible looks like. Right, so that's another key difference. And then you guys can kind of see the exhaust tips just underneath. Again, this just has the stock exhaust because it's just a stock LC 500. Nothing too crazy happening. And then you've got the beautiful tan interior with this one. You can see the cool gauge cluster, leather wrap steering wheel, and everything's covered in like leather and Alcantara on the interior, and it looks great with the LC 500. It's one of my favorite car interiors of all time. I think that Lexus just did a really good job. Obviously got the infotainment system. It's not a touchscreen. That's kind of interesting to use. And if you guys are wondering, they always take these shift knobs off with Lexuses because they're so easy to take, and they don't want people at the auto show to steal it. And then you can see the coupe. This thing's pretty cool. I've never seen this color before in person. This was the first time. And I definitely say it pops pretty well. You can see the metallic flake in it. It's pretty cool. It's like gold. So that's why the orange is kind of darker, because of the metallic flake. It's kind of has like a, no, I wouldn't say rust look, but like rustic maybe. Fall. It's kind of like fall color, basically. Anyways, you guys can see here with the whole front grille and the chrome accenting down below. You know what they should do is they should do like an all blacked out LC 500. That'd be pretty cool. Like everything's just blacked out on the car. Maybe you guys wouldn't like it, but I think I would. Got the wheels that are all blacked out. So, you know, all they got to do is just put that over to the grill. I think you can see the bodywork there at the bottom. And again, the two-tone mirrors. And I think that the other wheels, I like the design on them more, but I like the coloration on these wheels a little bit better. And this one's got the carbon fiber roof, which is another cool option. And then obviously the spoiler's popping up a little bit, which means this one has rear steer and everything, which you can't get in the convertible, sadly. Really cool looking rear end. Obviously, you got the double stack with the exhaust tips on the bottom and then the fake out at the top. And then this one's got the black interior. So this is probably more of a normal spec that you guys can probably get behind a little bit better because it's just, again, black interior with that kind of like copper exterior. See the whole center stack, kind of how that looks. And overall, I really like the spec, and I was glad I could see that color in person because it looks cool. But I want you guys to let me know which one you like. That's why I'm kind of pointing at all of them, which one you'd rather take. My choice is the coupe, to be honest, but that's just my personal preference with the car. But in today's video, we're actually going to be able to look at the interior and the exterior